everybody? Welcome to Beyond the Barricade podcast. I am your host and still 23-6 YouTube heavyweight champion of the world, Papa Dank. So glad to be back. It's been a couple of days since I was on. I was off this weekend and sad couple of days last week. We lost Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, so it's been sad times. But life has to continue, and we got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Our condolences to the families of Terry Funk and Wyndham Rotunda. Always. Oh, we got a comment here for our Three Legs Jersey. Okay, all right. Without further ado, let me bring to you my very special guest tonight, the one and only Zoey Cannon. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's been a sad week.
It has.
Sad week. It hit me harder than I thought it was going to hit me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, when I found out about Bray Wyatt, I was at training, as I always am, as I am today. And we were just about ready to start, and then all of a sudden someone was like, Bray Wyatt died. And I'm like, be quiet. You're just here to ruin the fun. And then it was like, no, it's real. It's always sad. It's
very sad, man. Very sad and unexpected, to say the least. At least when someone's nearing the end, you kind of prepare yourself a little by little. But
yeah,
this is totally out of the blue. The blue. And it's just sad that he leaves behind his wife, his kids and stuff like that. So we got some chat in here. Trevor Langford decided to tell us his name again. Trevor Langford.
Hello, Mr. Langford.
Serena, hi Serena. Here to support our pride and joy.
That's me.
All right. All right, let's start off with another comment for you, Joe. Zoey.
Oh, hi, Zoey. Aaron.
Woo! The chat is lively tonight. All right.
It's a good podcast.
It's a good podcast. That's right. It's picking up steam with the little engine that could keep chugging along. You know what I'm saying? Let's start off with this event. September 15th.
Yes.
First anniversary.
I am going up against the unwilting Tatiana, one of the greatest women that I have met in pro wrestling as of today.
She is pretty awesome. What are your thoughts going into this match? Is this your first time wrestling with her?
No, so I had actually wrestled her in what was supposed to be a triple threat that turned into a fatal four-way match at World Domination Wrestling Alliance, WDWA, in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Amazing venue, amazing staff. I love that promotion. And that was a triple threat turned into a fatal four-way, including the unwilting Tatiana, who knows so much. She can do just about anything she wants, and she's an amazing competitor. And she's actually one of the people that I like to watch because, I got to know who my opponents are. But
That's right. I got to see her wrestle in person. Yeah, she's got it, man. She's got it.
Yeah, she's good.
Tatiana seems so sweet, says Serena. She is sweet, Serena. You didn't get to meet her.
Very sweet.
You didn't get to meet her, Serena, but I got to meet her. We also got, look at that. Al Snow's going to be there.
Yes. We have Al Snow there. We also have our own homegrown Al Snook, one of the Three Legacy students, and he is also really great.
La Chica Clara will be there.
Yes. I got to wrestle her in the Women's Fatal Four-Way at the Red Rose Rumble at the Barnstormers Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Also an amazing athlete.
She is. I'm clicking the wrong things over here.
It's all good.
I was going to click this over here. Tatiana and yourself, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a great match, man. Make sure
it's going to be a lot of fun going one-on-one with her because she has a lot to offer.
Right. And everybody can get their tickets at 3legacyswrestling.com?
I believe it's through... I know you can get them from Eventbrite.
Okay.
But we also have physical tickets for this show, unlike the last show. But we do have physical tickets. You can either get them by messaging me, by coming over to the Three Legacies training school, going to Red Rose Sports Cards, right next door. Contact a wrestler. They'll find one for you.
Awesome. And even though you get it at Eventbrite, you can go to the, I assume, Facebook page that they have. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they have a link. Every company has a link nowadays.
Yep. So, if you're not able to grab one in person, one is available online.
That's right. That's not bad pricing. $25 for first row, $20 for second, and general admission 15. That's pretty good prices there.
To get up close to the action and no barricades.
It is not cheap in New York, that's for sure.
No, it is not.
Before we get into like your origin, all that stuff, have you ever wrestled out here in New York, Long Island?
Not in Long Island. I did do the Brooklyn Comic-Con over the summer, and that was a ton of fun. I had actually never been to a Comic-Con before that, so I really didn't know what to expect. I knew that there was going to be a lot of people dressing up, but I didn't know really like how big it was. There were some famous people. I got to see that guy that dresses like Peter Griffin.
Oh, yeah. I saw he was there.
Made my day.
And I want to bring this here because I don't know how many companies wrestle. Which company did you wrestle for?
I don't remember the name of the company, but I know that it was a lot of people from a lot of different places coming together for this particular event.
Okay. Oh, first row is sold out for your match with Tatiana.
First row usually sells out at least within 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
It always goes. We still have a couple second rows. I believe we still have a good amount of general admission, which is not first or second, but
right.
Yep.
I wonder because I know one of our companies from Long Island was out there doing the show, Remarkable Wrestling. So I don't know if that was.
I've heard.
Okay. All right. So I guess they had multiple wrestling companies doing their thing out there.
Yeah, it was myself, Al Snook, and Just Jay, all from Three Legacies Wrestling, that did that Comic-Con. So much fun. I would recommend to anyone that's either up and coming in wrestling or a seasoned veteran, at least do one Comic-Con, because you're wrestling for people that really just want to have fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that Brooklyn does that, because you can't. The NY Comic-Con doesn't do that.
Although the boys will not let me drive anymore.
Oh, why not? What happened? You scared them?
See, I'm from Massachusetts, where I drive, I wouldn't say angrily, but not happily. So then trying to go through Brooklyn that I've never driven through before.
Oh, man, it's tough driving in the city, man. I don't like to drive out there.
But I would definitely do it again. It was good.
When I have to go to like shows in Jersey, I got to go through the city. I'm like, oh man, here we go.
My favorite part of Jersey is leaving.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Heel tactics.
I can't drive in Jersey. The amount of deer that are on the side of the highway just waiting for me.
Yeah. Deep in they're a bad seat. Deep in Long Island, there's a lot of deer.
Like I can't drive in Long Island. They love my cars.
I'm like in the cut, like in between where there isn't that many to where it goes, like further down. But if like in the first part of Long Island, then there's no deer out there.
I used to live on Cape Cod, and there were quite a few deer, and one of which that I'm still angry about it. He took off my driver's side mirror.
Yeah, they're pretty pesky, man. I had one hit the back of my quarter panel. And he tapped it, and I heard the smack, and then he must have just took off. Okay, he wasn't hurt. And then I look out, my whole quarter panel's dented. I'm like, wow.
And this is why carpooling for wrestling is very important.
We got a question. Oh, yeah. Do you have much pothole problems like in Pennsylvania? Hell yeah, we have pothole problems out here.
Oh, nothing like in New England.
Oh, is New England worse? Have you been on the Long Island Expressway?
No. Especially in my areas of Massachusetts, you drive on what's left of the road.
Yikes. Why are they always working on it? Because out here on the expressway, they work on that thing all year round, and it looks the same to me.
The Massachusetts state flower is the orange safety cone.
That's a good one. I like that.
It blooms all year long.
All right, let's go into how you fell in love with professional wrestling. Now we've talked about the pothole situation in America.
Well, I'm originally from Massachusetts. I moved down to Pennsylvania a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
When I moved down here, I wanted to do something. I wanted to be productive. I wanted to be part of a group. And I happened to stumble upon Three Legacies Wrestling, which was at that point just starting up. So I had messaged the head trainer, Jesus Ricardo Rodriguez, and said, hi, I'm interested. I had been a part of some wrestling material in the past. but it wasn't anything that I was really performing in. Would you mind taking me on as a student? He said, sure, come on down. Most of that core group is still with us today, which is awesome.
It's awesome.
Such as Al Snook, we got Clayton Adams, we got Just Jay, we got a whole group of them, and it's awesome. I've really found my place in the world here.
That's awesome. Did you grow up watching wrestling?
I did. I have quite a big family, and a lot of my brothers used to watch wrestling. So of course I thought they were really cool, and I said I want to watch it too. My all-time favorite is Undertaker. Always has been, always will be. I don't have a reason for it. It's just who I dove to. And yeah, and it just watching everything in WWE from when I was little up until now, I'm still hooked on it.
Awesome. So you still watch it currently?
I do, when I have the time.
Gotcha. Yeah, being a wrestler in your own right is probably pretty busy.
It's great because whenever I need to watch wrestling, I call it film study. Oh,
we got another comment for you, Zoey. And sisters, don't forget about me, Zoey. We'd watch wrestling together.
That is my sister.
Is that your actual sister?
She is my actual sister.
Okay.
She is my number one fan.
Welcome to the chat, actual sister. All right, let's go. Now that you finished doing your initial training, who was your first opponent? And what were your thoughts during that process?
So my first official opponent for a legitimate Through Legacies wrestling show, which was my real debut, it was myself and Clara Carreras tagging together versus Journey Burke and Harleen Lopez. Every woman in this match I learned so much from, whether they're going against me or working next to me. They had so much to offer. They had so much to bring to the table. I got to watch as 3 other like-minded women got to come together to form what would be an amazing, I mean, it felt like a lifetime to me, but for everyone watching, it was like 10 to 12 minutes. But it was watching everything that I had worked for come together, and I didn't have to be alone, and I was scared. I was so scared. But all I had to do was not worry about, and there was like 550 people in that audience for that match. But I didn't have to worry about any of them. I got to look at whoever I was in the ring with, and I knew I was safe. I knew that I was taken care of, and I knew that everything that was going to happen was going to happen. Awesome. How was the crowd reaction that night? Like, what were your thoughts? Like, being like in front of the crowd. Is there a deer coming? No, it's a truck. I'm in my car.
Gotcha.
The crowd reaction, from what I remember, was, Guy, turn your lights off, please.
All right. While you're dealing with the light situation, Michael says he thinks he was your number one fan.
Michael, you are definitely one of my number one fans. I saw him at the Red Rose Rumble, and he was so welcoming, and I loved being able to go over to him. There we go, Mr. Truckman.
There you go.
It's never a dull day in the life of Zoey Cannon, let me tell you. Yes, Michael, amazing. Thank you for all of your support. I really very much appreciate it, as does everyone else in Three Legacies Wrestling.
Awesome. He says all the women there definitely put on great matches at Three Legacies. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. All right, let's go into your most toughest match you've had so far. Who was your opponent, and why was it so difficult?
My toughest match so far. Let me see. I haven't done.
Or favorite.
Well, all of them. My toughest match so far, I would have to say, is the Fatal 4-Way at the Red Rose Rumble. That was in front of almost 2,500 people, and wow. that was the biggest crowd that I have ever stood in front of. Growing up, I did band and marching band, which is why I'm so cool. And I never had to perform or express myself in front of that many people. So doing this in front of this many people and working with 2 women that I've worked with before, Journey Burke and Clara Carreras, and then a third opponent who I had not worked with before, but I had watched a lot of matches of, was Danny Moe. Amazing. I got to work with all of them, and we had an amazing referee, Larry Peace, who got to bring all of it together. There were a lot of spots that you have to work with, and everyone is working together, and it was tough, but I made it through and I won.
You won. That's awesome.
I won.
Who has been, since we talked about one of your toughest matches, who has been your favorite opponent to work against and why?
So far, my favorite opponent has been Journey Burke, because Journey Burke Esquire, may I mind
Journey
you.
Burke Esquire. Okay.
Esquire. She puts up quite the fight. Every time we get in the ring together, it is magical.
I've heard of her.
She is excellent. She is. I just, every time I get in the ring with her, there's something new that I learn that I didn't even know that I didn't know.
Right.
I love getting in the ring with someone that I have such great chemistry with, and just putting on a really great match. Show.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
And then the crowd sees it too.
If the crowd loves it, that's good.
They do.
Are you mostly heel or face?
I am a baby face.
Okay. Any thoughts about being a heel one day then?
Well, growing up, I always wanted to be a heel because I wanted to be, that big bad wrestler. But that's just I through character development, I've really discovered that I can't. I'm bubbly. I am smiley. I want everyone to be happy. I want to be cheered for. I want to always really put on a good show. And I don't like disappointing people.
All right. Michael says you made Burke tap.
I have.
That's an accomplishment itself, making someone tap. Making someone say, that's it, I don't know.
Oh, that was a surreal experience.
All right. Tell me about a wrestler you want to wrestle but haven't wrestled yet, and you can say more than one if you got more than one.
My top wrestler that I haven't wrestled yet, but I really want to, is Gabby Gilbert. She is part of CZW.
Yes, she is.
She has many years experience. She is someone that I would love to learn from. And what better way to learn from her than to go against her?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was at Wrestling Is Now, and I've seen Gabby before in Long Island, but this was my first chance to actually interact with her because she hasn't been on the podcast, and I've never really had a chance to talk to her. And she's so nice. She's so down to earth.
Yeah, she's very knowledgeable. She's very nice. I have spoken to her in the past. I've watched plenty of her matches. But there's a lot that I still want to learn that I don't even have the questions for yet. But I feel like as soon as I step in the ring with her, I'm gonna get some answers, and I'm excited. Okay. So hopefully one day.
One day. I might actually see Gabby this month at Wrestling Is Now. I will. I'm gonna tell her you want to have a match.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be like, okay, let's do it. All right. Second choice. If you had to pick someone else.
Let's see. Someone that I have not wrestled with yet, but I would want to. Willow Nightingale.
Willow. A Long Islander.
Yes.
So you know.
I have seen her many times, not only on screen, but also at Beyond Wrestling in Worcester, Massachusetts, another excellent company. Watching her in the ring is like watching basically a Disney movie with all the sparkles, all the happiness, all the everything. She's hard hitting as far as what she can do. And she's who I would want to be. If I could be someone else, I would want to be Willow Nightingale.
She's very nice from what I hear from everyone who shared the locker room with her out here in Long Island. They all love her.
She's genuine. She's a genuine great person.
It's good stuff, man. There's there's some bad apples out there, but it's awesome to hear good stuff, man.
We gotta support each other.
Gotta support each other. Michael says, do you think it's time for Three Legacies to have a women's championship?
I think so.
I think so too. I think
I was born for this.
I think every company should have a women's division and a championship. How about that?
Yes. Women's wrestling it's growing and it's developing and it's turning into something really amazing.
Yeah. The companies that I'm involved with, some of them don't have it. And I'm like, yo, you got to get a women's division. Let's go. Let's start it. Let's go. I know a lot of people if you don't know anybody.
Right?
So many people now.
There are plenty of talented women out there that can either fight each other, and a lot of them also fight intergender matches.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of companies are, they can be iffy on if they want to do intergender or not, or even intergender tag matches. That's all their choice, and that's great. But women's wrestling as a whole it's really becoming a wonderful thing.
Absolutely. Have you ever had an intergender match so far?
I have. We've done some student showcase matches. I've gone up against Al Snook. I've gone up against Just Jay. And then there was also a tag match. It was myself and Al Snook versus Journey Burke and Junie Underwood. And that was an intergender tag match for Three Legacies Wrestling. And that was awesome. I loved every minute of it. Even when I wasn't in the ring, when I was off to the side, just trying to catch my breath and watch what was going on. It was so cool.
Okay, awesome. All right, next question. Let's go into match you want to be in, but you haven't been in yet.
A championship match where I win.
There you go. Against Gabby Gilbert.
Against Gabby Gilbert, yes. I have had technically two, but one of them was a fatal four-way. But I have had a one-on-one championship match, again at WDWA in West Virginia. And that was against Valerie Verman, another amazing athlete. She's so good.
I saw her wrestle at VPW out here in Long Island. I never really even heard of her until I saw her at VPW, and I was like, oh, she's doing good.
She's good. And when you see her in the ring, she has an aura about her that people would say, I don't like her. She's rude. She's mean, anything like that. But she's not. She's just genuine. She's her. Okay. And she does a really good pedigree.
When I saw her, she seemed really focused. Like even hours before the show was even started, I just see her focused on what she wants to do. Mm-hmm. And that's it's like someone who's into their craft, and it's a great thing because it shows when you're out there in the ring and everything.
She's extremely talented.
She is, yeah. I got a chance to see her wrestle.
That's why I lost against her.
I'm hoping she comes back or something. I hope you come to Long Island so I can see you wrestle.
I would love to. Someone set it up. Me versus Val Verman.
There you go. I'll talk to some people, see what they say. All right, let's jump out of wrestling for a moment. What does Zoey like to do for fun? Does she have any hobbies? Does she collect movies, TV? What does Zoey like to do?
Zoey knits sweaters. I wish I was kidding.
I've heard that before.
I as much as I like to be in the ring and be the center of attention and do everything that I do, I like to read. I like to knit sweaters, drink tea. I'm 80.
What's your favorite book you've read so far?
There's been a few, but the Burn Journals. That's a good one.
I'm not a reader, so I'm just curious.
It's by a Cape Cod author. I lived on Cape Cod for quite some time. So local author, very good book. I've read it, I don't know, 400 or 500 times, something like that.
What's the general gist of what it's about?
It is about a young man who was having some very sad thoughts and wanted to see if ending life was the answer, decided it was not the answer, and it was his journey of recovery after that.
Sounds very interesting.
It's a good read if you want to cry.
I don't want to cry. I think I've cried enough in my life. I don't want to cry no more.
But it Serena, does help.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Reading is one of my areas that I like to pull my character traits from, because if there's a certain character that they're described in a certain way and you're like, wow, they're really cool, I like to pull from them. I also pull from my sister Erin, who I know is watching this right now. A lot of her mannerisms growing up, because she's always has been and always will be my best friend. And I like to copy her, and a lot of the ridiculous faces I make in the ring, or the random noises, like if I'm getting hit or something, it's all Erin. I am my sister.
We got some suggestions for you for Long Island, but before we get into that, what if she decided to go into wrestling? It'd be like two of you.
Double trouble.
With the same mannerisms.
Yes. I finally have a legitimate tag partner.
Serena's got some stuff for you. VPW, which is what I'm a part of.
Yeah.
Remarkable Wrestling, SWA, which I'm going to be at on September 8th, and NYWC, which I got a lot of great friends over there.
I want to go everywhere. I want to experience it all.
All right. Well, I know VPW, so I'll put your name in there.
Thanks.
Aaron says, way to call me out.
I love her. She is my best friend.
I can tell the bond is real. All right, let's come back into wrestling. Federation you would like to work for but haven't worked for yet in the independency.
Ooh, one that I haven't worked for yet. I have not yet worked for Pro Wrestling Magic. They always seem to put on an amazing show. Okay. SWO, I say this wrong all the time, the Susquehanna Wrestling Organization. I'm not from here, so these words are a little difficult. But they always put on an amazing show as well. I know they have a show coming up September 16th. Uh-huh. I have not worked for them. I have not worked yet for MCW. Beyond Wrestling is definitely like near the top, if not the top of my bucket list. I followed them for many years. Obviously, because you're from the area. Mm-hmm.
MCW, where's that? Because I know an MCW, but they're in like Arkansas.
This one, I don't know the exact location, but I want to say it's weird being in Pennsylvania and not knowing where states are in comparison to me.
Right.
But I want to say it's either Jersey or Maryland. Okay.
All right. I got a good company for you in Jersey. Maybe you can reach out to them. Titan.
Yes. I have talked to them before.
There you go. They also have Billy, who's the owner of Titan. Yeah, they have Goddesses of War and Chosen Pro Wrestling. He owns all.
Yes.
So there's a lot of opportunity at Titan.
Yes, there is.
And plus, I will be there September 16th.
Why not go then?
Why not come? That's right. Come and be part of the Titan Strong family. And I hope
the indie scene around here is wonderful, and there's so much to offer.
It is. I think it's more popular than it's ever been at this point.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so. When you have really large companies like AEW, WWE, Major League Wrestling, when you have all these like large televised companies, whether it's on YouTube or pay-per-views or whatever, some people start to lose sight of what's happening right in front of them. So having not necessarily smaller, but definitely more local indie promotions like Three Legacies Wrestling, SWO, Pro Wrestling Magic, when you have all these other companies that are literally just right in front of you, you can still go experience it and not have to pay the extremely large prices that you would pay per ticket for, to go see John Cena or to go see another very large name. Right. But in front of you might be the next John Cena. And you could be very successful in the independent scene, as you can attest to someone like Matt Cardona, who's very successful in independent wrestling. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, a lot of great opportunities for everybody in the indie scene, man. If you had to pick one of the big companies to wrestle for, which one would you choose if you had to choose, and why would you think you would fit better there than anywhere else? If I had to choose. That was a long question. All right. If I had to choose, I would go with WWE because it has always been my basis of what I've wanted. So I could go to, at this, in theory, any company, and I would love to be part of any and all companies. But WWE it has a very special place in my heart because that's what I grew up on. That's what I saw so many people rise to fame, and it's I don't know. It's one of my favorites. Okay. Always wanted to do it. Serena's got a comment for you. Goddesses of War Wrestling. I can definitely see the bombshell Zoey Ken being a great fit at Goddesses of War. I try. Goddesses of War is great, let me tell you. And I love that it's all women, too. It is. Everything's all women there. Mm-hmm. Commentators, backstage interviews, everything. Mm-hmm. Everything. Except the booker. He's male. But he's great. No, he's great. Michael says, independent wrestling is getting more popular now more than ever. Every Saturday afternoon, I watch a promotion from Memphis on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And it's great. There's it's like it's like watching different universes all come together, and then you see your favorite character or your favorite wrestler somewhere else, and it's like, surprise.
All come together. That's right. The multiverse is real in independent wrestling.
It is.
Thoughts on going overseas? Would you like to go overseas, and where would you like to go first?
I would love to go overseas. Anywhere really. I would love to wrestle in Japan one day. Germany, I know, is a really big spot. London is, from what I hear, really, really nice to wrestle in. Yeah, I would want to go anywhere. I just don't count on me to lead the way. I don't know how to get around.
Yeah. Certain companies do send their wrestlers in together, so they kind of arrange all that.
That I would be okay with.
Yeah, no, there is, because I know CZW does that. They did that recently, and I heard one of the wrestlers told me, I can't remember who it was, but there's like an Airbnb for wrestlers where you can just crash on people's couches if you're like all over, which I thought was a great idea. Like, I wish I had thought of that. I wish I thought of that. I can make some
with like protein powder and Bang energy drinks. We're set.
Whoa, Bang energy drinks. Whoa.
Something's got to keep me training for hours.
What about the West Coast? Have you thought about going to the West Coast?
I would love to visit the West Coast to go wrestle there. I don't know of any particular promotions over that way, just because I've been, trying to study what I can over here. But yeah, I would love to.
Okay.
I just don't do dry heat.
Mission Pro Wrestling. I gave you a name. That's a
Mission
big one.
Pro.
You heard of it?
Yes, it rings a bell.
That's Thunder Rosa's promotion with her husband.
Thunder Rosa was a student of Ricardo Rodriguez.
Really?
My trainer, yes.
That's awesome. Good. Yeah, she's got Mission Pro over there. All right. Let me see. Where can we go from here? What about Canada? Have you thought about Canada?
I would love to go to Canada. I've never been.
It's cold.
It is very. I'm good with the cold. I don't.
Because you're from Massachusetts. That's why.
Yes.
It's cold over there.
Every day is iced coffee day.
It's cold out there. I've been to Massachusetts. It's cold, man.
It gets very cold.
It does, man. Long Island too, man. The winter here is brutal.
Especially when you're right by the water, and then you get that sea breeze.
It's been getting cold here at night the last couple of weeks. Like during the day, it's been kind of warm, and then you go out at night, because I go to the gym late at night. I'm like, dude, it's cold. I need a jacket or something.
Yeah, we train until about 10:30 at night some nights, and going in, shorts and a t-shirt. When we're training, shorts and a t-shirt. We walk outside, we're like, nope, pants and a sweatshirt.
Yeah, man, you guys got to do all that cardio and stuff, man.
Yep.
That's tough.
We train very hard all the time.
How was it when you took your first bump? How was that?
I cried. It was scary.
I don't blame you. I would cry too.
Well, when I started officially training here, I was very overweight for my size, because I'm only 5'2". I was well over 200 pounds. I had no athletic bone in my body. All during my life, the most athletic thing I had done was marching band, and that wasn't much. So going from doing nothing to doing everything, it took a toll on my body. I lost a good amount of weight, but definitely going in for my first bump was very scary, because naturally you want to protect yourself. You want to put your hands down. You want to, curl into a ball, and you can't do that.
Yeah, you can. You got to suck it up.
Yep. Now I do it, and I don't even realize it.
Micah says no body shaming yourself allowed.
I try.
Awesome,
no, it's a good thing to get active, whether it's wrestling or walking or anything. Get active. It's so much fun. I never knew that.
So do you go to the gym now and stuff like that?
We have a little bit of a weight center here at the wrestling school. So if there's weights that I need to lift, that's here. There's a treadmill. There's elliptical, but then more so all of what I do is in the ring.
I just like going to the gym because it's just like stress relief, man. Just like had a rough day and stuff.
There's so many machines that I don't know how to use, and I'm too embarrassed to ask how to use them.
Oh no, I'm sure they're pretty easy to figure out.
Probably the ones with the pictures are really nice.
Awesome, Zoe, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Hold on, let's get to that graphic one more time. There it is. You are facing the unwilting Tatiana coming up September 15th for the 1-year anniversary show.
15th. Yes, and I was there for the first ever Three Legacies Wrestling show. Not as a wrestler, I was the ticket girl.
Oh, you were the ticket girl? You were still in training?
I'm sorry?
You were still in training?
Yes. So something important that I would, a little bit of advice for anyone that wants to train. There's a job for everyone at every show. And just because you're not in the ring doesn't mean that you're not important. Whether it's ring crew, security, ticket person, someone to curry people to their seats, whatever you got to do, everyone is important when you're training.
That's true. Good stuff. Which one's Al Snook?
Al Snook, do you see Tatiana on the right? He is right above her with the two braids on the side.
Oh, I see him. So now is Al Snook going to wrestle Al Snow? Is my question.
That would be great. I think it was already announced. It's going to be Al Snook versus the gentleman that's right above him without a shirt on, Just Jay, another Three Legacies Wrestling student. I've seen them both in the ring. I wrestled both of them in the ring. Excellent students. They have learned a lot, and they teach me. I
think there should be an Al Snook interaction at some point.
Saying.
I mean, how can you not do it at this point, Three Legacies?
And if you cheer for Al, you're still doing good.
You're still doing. That's right. Before we head out, what are your thoughts of aspiration on championship goal? Like, is there a certain title that you would really like to have that stands out to you?
Aside from the
big companies.
Yes. Aside from any large company like WWE, there's no particular title that I have in mind. However, winning a title would be wonderful. It would be a really large achievement for me. But just going out there and having fun right now is all I want.
What about
if I could be champion, I would.
What if the first Three Legacies Women's Wrestling Championship? That'd be huge.
I better be going for that.
That would be huge. WWE, which one would you prefer? The Worlds or the WWE Championship? Because now there's two now. It used to be SmackDown and Raw. Now I like how it's one's a heavyweight championship, one's the WWE Championship. So I like it how they did it now. But if you had to choose between one of the two,
probably just the regular WWE Championship.
Okay. I think that's the one Cody wants too.
I would not win that fight. I can tell you that right now.
Against EO?
Against any of them right now.
It's all good. You still got a lot of way to go in your career, so it's all good.
I love it. I'm always going to consider myself a student, especially when I see people doing amazing things in the ring.
Absolutely. All right. Zoey, thank you for coming on the podcast. Where can everybody follow you and tell me about all your upcoming appearances coming up?
Let's see. What is today? September 9th, I am in Fairplay, Maryland. Let's see. After that, it would be September 15th for Three Legacies Wrestling. I think that's it for right now.
Okay. And where can everybody follow you?
If you follow me on Instagram, I am Zoey Cannon with one little underscore next to it. On Twitter, I believe I am Real Zoey Cannon. On Facebook, I have my Zoey Cannon page, and it's me going like this.
I saw
for my little profile picture.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
awesome. As for me, even though I will not be here, I will be at Saturday night's main event, hanging out. Make sure you go to victorprowrestling.com to get your tickets for Sanctified. That show is coming up September 9th as Valentina the current BPW Women's Champion, will be there defending her title, as well as Leo Sparrow defending his New York State Championship against Desmond Cole up there. So make sure you get your tickets for that. I will be at Titan Championship Wrestling's Blaze of Glory because I'm the official podcast of that event as Titan teams up with Goddesses of War. Make sure you get your tickets now at Titan Championship Wrestling for Blaze of Glory. This show is going to be off the hook. You heard it here first. Off the hook. I am also part of the Wrestling Is Now social media tour, and the SATs, as seen here in one of my vlogs, are going to be there as the next show is called Brain Buster. So make sure you go to Wrestling Is Now to get your tickets for Brain Buster.
Mm-hmm.
But before all that, I'll be at SWA, Suffolk Championship Wrestling Alliance. Make sure you go to their page to get your tickets for that event for Friday, September 8th. Got a lot of stuff going on, Zoe.
But you know what? If you can't decide which one to go to one of them.
Yes, go to one of them.
Any of them.
I got 2 shows are in Jersey, 2 shows are out here in Long Island, so it balances out. Also up right now is my latest blog interaction where Xander Torres of the Rat Bastards is getting his ass kicked right there, and I love it. He's such a
what
jerk.
A shot.
He is such a jerk, that guy. And his partners know better. But they are the current BPW Tag Team Champions. And coming soon, I don't know if I have that graphic. I don't even know which graphic this is. Oh, that's for Rise. Well, anyway, coming soon, I will have the one and only Brittany Brooks. She is coming up soon in the next week or so. She was supposed to come on last week, but she forgot she had to go do a show. But she has come back because it happens. I know. You guys are busy. She's coming back to talk about her upcoming event that she wants to discuss that is top secret up until the podcast. I'm very excited that she's coming back here to talk about it. And make sure you go follow Zoe Canada. She is in her famous pose. Yay!
That pose happened completely by accident too.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Does your sister do the pose?
She has.
Yes.
I was doing promo pictures with a particular photographer, and he's like, "Just do something," and I was.
That's how it came up.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to put my hands. I was like,
Now that's a great story. Micah says we love Zoe, the pride and joy of Three Legacies Wrestling. Thank you, Michael, for being interactive in the chat. Thank you for Aaron, even though you got called out tonight, for being in the chat. Appreciate you very much. And everyone has copied your pose, Zoe. That's good.
I have to lead the way somehow.
That's good. You know what that means? You're standing out, and standing out is good in wrestling.
I try.
All right, everybody have a good night. I will be back at 9 o'clock with SWA's Chris Canyon. Make sure you come back.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you coming out, but stay tuned for a moment, Zoe. Yes. Everybody else, see you soon.